Pacha here with the weekly Pele report, and it is now September 13th of 2017. I'm home for a little bit here and just too swamped to be going anywhere, so the bird of paradise has fallen. Dun 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 dun. Anyway, yeah, Sun square Saturn, pumping it out. A lot of work, a lot of responsibility, a lot of stuff going on these days. That is exact today. Moon is in opposition to Saturn. It's Wednesday. And tomorrow, even now, okay, Venus is conjunct the north node of the moon in Leo. I mean, it's exact tomorrow, but come on. Thank heavens. We need it. With the Sun square Saturn and Mercury and Mars traveling together with the Sun through Virgo in this opposition to Neptune. Mercury is exactly opposite Neptune next Tuesday. Okay, but it's going on. Okay, you know, Monday, and it's going to keep on going on for, quite a while. Here, this Mercury Mars, it's a couple of weeks, and then the Sun, actually we have the new moon coming up also next Tuesday. Okay, so the Sun's traveling through Virgo, late Virgo. The moon's going to catch up to it just in time for a new moon in opposition to Chiron. So we've got this Mercury Mars. Okay, and you can look at the chart at the beginning of the thing here. I've got the Moon, Mercury, Mars conjunction, okay, opposite Neptune. And then the Moon catches up to the Sun, and we've got the Sun, Moon, opposite Chiron. So it's the Virgo-Pisces axis. In fact, I'm talking in about an hour on the radio show here about this whole Virgo-Pisces axis. So Saturday, Mercury is exactly conjunct Mars, okay, and then the moon is moving on to occult Venus on Sunday, yeah, and then the moon is going to move on to occult Mercury and Mars. It's really amazing, okay, this is like, the moon is going to completely block out. You will not be able to see Venus, Mercury, or Mars. They are in direct alignment. Very powerful. Next Tuesday, Venus is going to join Mercury, Mars, and the Sun in Virgo. So we got a Virgo party happening. And that's a very special kind of a party, as it's kind of reflected a little bit in the mantra for today, which, let me look at the camera and talk to you about all the energy, the mantra, and all that happy good stuff. Yeah. Hey everybody, welcome to Virgo. Oh boy, next week we got that new moon at Virgo, what, 27? Virgo is going to be the new moon. That's next Tuesday. Until then, right now it's in Gemini. We're moving through Cancer, Leo, Virgo. It's the third quarter phase. It's the closing of the last cycle since the eclipse. So it's like what goes around comes around. So like what came to us, or our new initiatives, our new creative impulses or desires or wants or visions or whatever, now it's wrapping all the way around for that third quarter. It's called the balsamic phase. Yeah, we're moving from, 270 degrees all the way back around to zero. And so that happening in this particular zone of the zodiac. This is the zone of Virgo. I've called it so many times the sign of initiation, of purification, and it is dot your I's, cross your T's, get it together, get grounded, get practical, get real. And now we've got the sun today, as I'm talking, square Saturn. And Saturn is even more like an external authority figure or your own inner critic. You know, we internalize our parents. We internalize our caregivers so that when they're gone or when they die, they're not gone. They haven't died. They're living right in here. It's called, I think Freud called it the super ego. So like today is a day of the super ego. Like you better get it right and you better get it straight. You got these voices in your head and it creates a lot of self-doubt. It creates a lot of fear. And Virgo wants everything to be perfect. Okay, and so it's just like, yeah, this is like, oh, it's not perfect. Well, that's not perfect and that's not perfect. We can really beat ourselves up, especially with Mercury, Mars there. Mars is, you know, Mars will definitely beat you up. So be careful. Take it easy on yourself. Don't beat yourself up. This is just a time where you can be really irritable. Displaced anger, kick the dog, yell at your partner. You can be irritable about other people can really bother you these days. Okay? Because why? There's so many of them. Jupiter's moving through Libra. Jupiter's more. Libra's partnerships. So you end up with all these partners and you end up with all these relationships and all these associations, you know, and so then you can also be kind of in this place of, wow, you know, overwhelmed. Very easy to get overwhelmed this weekend as Mercury and Mars move closer and closer and closer to oppose Neptune. And this is really, it's like, you know what, it is so intense, or there's so much work to do. I am so overwhelmed. Throw in the towel. Yeah? Get out of the ring. I'm done with this boxing match. The desire to escape, avoid, deny that there is a problem, just ignore. Ignore problems because you know what? My cup is full. So sorry. You know, your emergency is going to have to wait. Okay, or your problem's going to have to wait. This is a very important time, and this is part of the discriminating nature of Virgo. The discriminating nature of the process now is to prioritize. Yeah, whether it's a hurricane or some other crisis, we prioritize what is most important. And sometimes it's what? Pressure. Pressure makes us prioritize. We don't have enough time. We don't have enough money. We don't have enough, you know, energy. We can't give any more. I would love to give everybody everything. This is Neptune in Pisces. Chiron in Pisces. I would love to be all things to all people. And Virgo says, sorry, I'm not. And Saturn, Lilith in Sagittarius for sure says, I'm even not so sorry. I'm just not. I'm out of here. I need some space, baby. Oh my goodness. I'm glad I'm heading to the mountains next week, you know, to just do yoga and meditate for a while. I know I need a break. This is really a time, man. Let's look at Sun opposite Chiron. Wanting to heal that wound. This is just like, I hope and I encourage, if there's something that you are going to prioritize, make it your spiritual practice so that you don't get ground down, so that you are not a piece of wheat on the millstone getting smushed. At this time, it can be very easy to see the glass is half empty, the flat tire, you know, the car's broken, the engine's broken, the relationship is broken, you know, and it's just like, how much bad news can you take before you feel bad? Yeah? I mean, this is a very sensitive time. Virgo, Pisces, you know, Neptune, this is we're very sensitive now. Sun, Chiron, very sensitive. You know, it's like we want everything to be right and nice, and we want to be beautiful people, and we want to be love and light, and you know, we're looking around, and you can move into places of feeling victimized. You can move into places of hopelessness. This relationship is hopeless. This country is hopeless. You know, the hurricane just wiped out my neighborhood is hopeless. My life is hopeless. So you need to get into that spiritual practice that brings you into your observer, that brings you into your witness, that brings you into this, you know, objective, liberated space of looking at a bigger, wider, broader picture. And then you can return with newfound strength, with newfound hope, with a newfound understanding of why this crisis, why we co-created this crisis. It's really something. Yes, humanity. You know, I mean, the weather is a reflection, Aquarius, of collective consciousness. And our collective consciousness is creating crisis. It's putting pressure on the collective to look for a deeper meaning, and create a better future, and maybe pay attention to some natural laws, or, you know, expand our consciousness. So this is really, you know, this Saturn square Chiron, and the Sun coming in squares Saturn, squares Lilith, opposes Chiron. This is a new moon T-square, okay, setting the tone for the whole next month. So this is a time for very important conversations. This is a time for very direct communication. This is a time for really getting clear. Are we on the same page? Do we have the same goals? Are we headed in the same direction? Do we value the same things? Is this relationship going to work? Is this community going to work? I mean, we can be really hitting turning points. And these can be positive turning points. Like I say, you can be hitting the bottom of the barrel, and the only which way is up. You know, it's just like, I always feel like Spirit is always pushing me to my absolute freaking limit until I cannot take something anymore. And it's almost like when I admit to myself, that's my limit. I can't take this anymore. I can't take that anymore. I'm gonna like fucking freak out. Bam. You know, it's like poof. The next day or the next hour or whatever, I get an email or a phone call, or it's like, it's really something. So, you know, Spirit, your unconscious soul, whatever you want to call it, ascended masters or your guru, okay, will always be pushing you to your limit to see if you can expand. It's like, and you move your boundaries, you expand your boundaries. You're able to take more now than you were 5 years ago. You know? And so you know, it's like, yeah, you keep getting pushed. Life keeps pushing us to be more, to be bigger. And it's not going to stop. In fact, it's going to increase for the rest of the year. Jupiter is coming into its third exact opposition to Uranus. And Uranus is sudden, extreme, and Jupiter is expansion. This is a time where we have to expand our boundaries. And some of this can also mean tolerate. We need to be able to tolerate more of our neighbors, okay? More pressure, more criticism, more of our own faults. We need to tolerate ourselves. We need to tolerate the weather. I mean, try just expanding your tolerance. This is a very good Chiron in Pisces, way to spend your time. When you're all irritable and something's like really bugging you, just go, oh wow, that's right. Spirit is helping me to develop and mature my tolerance. So rather than throwing a pie in your face or throwing the towel in or leaving the boxing ring or leaving the relationship or leaving the community or leaving the job, it's just like, okay, I'm not going to escape. I'm not going to run away. I'm going to breathe. I'm going to be still. Okay, I'm going to see what is the message life is trying to give me right now. How can I grow through this crisis, expand my awareness through this crisis, use every moment, every conversation, every opportunity as some microscopic, research into who I am, why I'm here, what is my truth, what is most meaningful. Saturn's only in Sagittarius for a couple more months. It's really time to answer these freaking questions before he moves into Capricorn. Yeah, because then it's going to be time to build your business or your life or whatever. 2018 is about, taking your beliefs and your truth and manifesting it into something real, tangible, financially rewardable. Yeah. So blah 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 blah. So that this week it's like, take it easy on yourself, take it easy on other people, take time out to do practice some spiritual release techniques, emotional release techniques, and try not to just like build it up until I've got to escape, I've got to go, I've got to drop it, I've got to run. I need another toke, another smoke, another, orgasm, another chocolate, wine, whatever, alcohol. It's just, I need, to like escape, numb myself out because I am freaking overwhelmed. Find a spiritual practice that helps you not numb yourself out, but tolerate the chaos and let it go. Let it go. You can't control everything. You can't fix everything. You gotta choose. Again, your priorities. What do you want to try to control? What do you want to try to fix? Don't waste your time, man. Give yourself more of a headache than you have already got. So, the mantra for this week. When in crisis, I summon my will. This is Mars in Virgo. Okay, Mars in Virgo is crisis consciousness, right? And Mars is will. So, when in crisis, I summon my will to stand and face, not run and escape, but remain calm, centered, and still. The eye of the hurricane. When you are in your center, when you center these polarities, this is where the ascension happens. This is where the elevator is. It's in the center. You want to get in that elevator. Yeah. So it's not about distracting through addictions or, outside things. You actually get more in your center. You get more in your sushumna. Yeah. You get, and you come into a place of tolerance, acceptance, forgiveness, love, compassion, understanding, and then you are really a healer. Then you are really, vitally necessary for all of your brothers and sisters right now. So it's just like, yeah, get there, baby. When in crisis, I summon my will to stand and face, Not run and escape, but remain calm, centered, and still. Good luck. No, it's namaste. Aloha. So much love.